whatever we have used in our mindset, whatever we have worked on our mindset, we are going to take the benefit of that. Because, see, early on in my life, I understood that first investment that pays the highest level of return, that is in yourself. What you invest in yourself will pay the highest level of return always, because the ROI that you are going to get from that, the money that you can earn, the things that you can do, the actions you can take, the companies you can build, the promotions you can get, that is unparalleled. What you'll invest in yourself, right? But when you start investing in yourself, when you start earning more, when you start becoming better, you know what happens? One thing about money, money has wings. Do you know that? Money has wings. Guys, if possible, switch on your cameras. If possible, switch on your cameras. Money has wings. So money flies very quickly into cars, into expenditures, into a lot of things. Now that same money, whatever we are earning, same money, that can be invested also, and you can create generational wealth. So it doesn't matter how much I earn. You know what matters? What I have learned? How much I have saved first out of it, and how much I've invested, and how much that invested money has grown over a period of time. So, for that matter, we keep on investing. I love investment. Now, there are multiple things of investment also. I'll just introduce something, then I'll give it to the person who will present it. First, investment people say do in SIP, do in mutual fund, do in FDs, do in gold. Hundreds of mediums are there to invest your money. But I'll tell you one thing: when you invest in property, when you invest in land, when you invest in properties, the level of confidence that you build in your life, your walk changes. How many of you have noticed this? आपकी walk बदल जाती है यार. The way you walk, the way you talk, the confidence that you have. That same level of money, even if you're putting in mutual fund, you have a crore, 2 crore corpus, वो इतना confident नहीं आएगा, because that is digital money. But suppose my zameen is here, my flat is here, my shop is here, that rent is coming, this is coming, that is next level confidence. You live like a, you walk like a, you talk like a champion. The confidence, the glow on your face is different altogether. So for that matter, because we invested in one of, we keep on investing, and we invested in one of very good opportunities and very good properties. So I wanted that when there are so many people in our community, and all of them want to grow, all of them want to succeed, so why not try something else this time and bring some opportunity to them, and something which will make sure that capital safety is there, and at the same time generational wealth can be created. Okay, now I'm not an expert in that. We have with us Kishore ji. Kishore ji, how are you? Yes, so Kishore ji, over to you. Kishore ji will be doing the presentation today. Okay, I'll be a participant like all of you. So Kishore ji, over to you. Are you able to unmute yourself? Can you speak?
I have. Able to hear me?
Yes, yes, loud and clear. And you can share your screen and all also. I've given you access. Are you able to do that?
Right, right, right. I should be able to. Actually, you might have received a request, so yeah, perfect.
So over to you, Kishore ji.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. First of all, hi guys. Quick introduction for myself. I'm Kishore Nadar. I work with a brand called House of Abhinandan Lodha, which I think a lot of you guys have heard of, seen newspaper ads or digital advertisements at some places, right? So the idea here, more or less, is what Akashji has set context to, right? It's a good investment option that we have here, and that was what we are going to be discussing in a little bit of a detail, wherein it's a RERA approved project, it's a plotted land development. I'll talk about the brand a little bit for the ones who have not heard of it. And obviously, even if the ones that have heard of it, let's just go ahead and look at this beautiful deck that I have. A quick 20-25 minutes deck that I'll take you through. And then, we can maybe conclude, and, everybody can have food and maybe sleep for the night, right? So, yeah. Uh, This particular project that I'm talking about, or an investment opportunity that I'm talking about, the project's name is Golden Triangle Bombay or Golden Triangle Mumbai, right? Wherein it's a investment opportunity that we have near Mumbai, a great land parcel, a great concept that we have come up with, wherein if we talk about an ROI, obviously for any investment you look at ROI, right? So it's going to yield amazing returns, obviously, and it's not just the beginning. It's something that we have already established in the past as well, right? I'll just tell you how we started as a brand and where have we come so far, right? So our process, if you'll notice, is very simple, right? We as India's number one branded land developer, we have come to a concept of selling land virtually, okay, wherein be it anywhere across the world that a customer is sitting, right? They are our prospect. They can simply log on to a Zoom call or a Google meeting like we are doing right now and simply look at a land parcel that is, seven seas across of them and still go ahead and invest in a, secured gated community, right? What we have to offer you is three promises. One, promise of security. We are obviously going ahead and offering you a secured gated community, a title clear land on your name, right? Our forefathers, our generational ancestors have been doing this since a long time, right? And it is time and again that it's proven to be fruitful, right? So security is number one that we offer. Number two is liquidity, right? Basically, unlike other developers, House of Abhinandan Lodha is not somebody who exits after giving you the handover, right? We are somebody that is there with you to go ahead and, kind of help you to take your money out of there, right? Help you to exit, right? Let's say it's 5 years down the line, 6 years down the line, 10 years down the line, right? We don't have to worry about that. The developer is there to help you exit at whatever stage it is post possession, right? And we are never exiting from that community or from that gated society as a developer. And promise number three is obviously wealth. The kind of locations that we come up with, right? I'll just showcase in the next slides. If you'll see, it's always a beautiful location. If I talk about a tourist hotspot, or if I talk about a place that is expecting a lot of infrastructural development in the upcoming 5, 6 years, obviously, right? So if I talk about an x-axis, a y-axis, and if I talk about a graph, the returns would obviously look growing in the next 10, 15 years at least, right? So that's where the idea comes from, and our chairman, Mr. Abhinandan Lodha, has set this up. Wherein in the past 5 years, we have acquired more than 6,000 plus customers from across 27 plus countries, with over 30 plus million of square feet of land that is still under development, with under 11.5 million square feet plus land that is sold already. Right, we have successfully covered 8 plus locations in the country so far, and the roadmap is just going to increase drastically. So if you'll see, we have done the Konkan belt of Maharashtra at the beginning during inception. 2022, we launched Anjarle, Dapoli, which is near Ratnagiri in Maharashtra. Then we obviously did Goa, three locations across Goa. We did something in Neral near Matheran Hills in Maharashtra. We did something in Khopoli. And then this particular year, we have yet again come up with Neral, which is going to be our particular project's location that we will discuss in detail right now. And then obviously, the plan is bigger for this financial year. If you'll see, we are coming up with Amritsar, Shimla, Vrindavan, Nagpur, and then obviously the biggest of our launches was Ayodhya that we were able to do. And there was a lot of market appreciation to Ayodhya just because Mr. Amitabh Bachchan ji ended up purchasing 15,000 square feet of land parcel with us in Ayodhya. And it's not just Mr. Amitabh Bachchan ji, it's Kriti Sanon who's purchased with us in Alibag, Tripti Dimri who's been endorsing the Goa project. So it's a great clientele that we have and a good gentry that you look at, right? So next year we are just going to expand massively. We are coming up with Rishikesh, Nainital, NCR, Jaipur, Udaipur, Coorg, Bangalore, Ooty, all such locations. If you'll see, one thing that is common in all these locations is obviously it's a kind of a tourist hotspot. Airbnbs and tourism revenue is on a peak all the time, right? And obviously, the location inside of these cities that we choose is a very strategically chosen location, wherein, in the upcoming 3, 4 years, the whole face of that location is just going to change, right? So that
So
is where we are coming from.
So, Ji, one more question here. Can we use these kind of properties for a second home? Because, like people like me, we are living in Delhi. There are people who are living in Mumbai, Bangalore, metro cities, and they're quite well established. Life is going good. But one thing that is there is we always have a dream that we want to live somewhere else. Like we want to retire at hill stations or exotic locations in India wherein we can have a piece of land and we have clubhouse there, swimming pools there, children's kids play area, those kind of things are there, facilities are there, you can order food. So can we also live there apart from Airbnb and all those things?
Absolutely, Akashji. So, first and foremost, as a brand, we would want everybody to come and, set up a home here, right? The land parcel that I'm offering to you, I would want you to set up a home and maybe, live there yourself, right? The kind of idea behind offering you a freehold land is completely giving you the options to, either go ahead and, consider this as an investment, take out a decent appreciation and exit with time, or let's say go ahead and build something there, stay there yourself, or put it out on rental, or simply pass it on to your next generation, right? I mean, more than 50% of the clientele that I have, these are NRI clients, right? Sitting across seven seas, and maybe second generation, third generation NRI folks who are, who have never come to India and now have that thought in back of their mind that, let's retire in India, right? And let's own a place in India, right? So obviously we want people to look at this as a retirement home, a second home for themselves, right? Wherein we are living in a Delhi, Gurgaon, or a Mumbai or a Chennai, which is, kind of a polluted zone, kind of a AQI levels of above 100, 200. खैर दिल्ली की तो बात भी नहीं करते हैं. But obviously, these places that I'm offering to you, these are hill stations. These are coastal routes, right? Wherein AQI levels are obvious are around 40, right? Wherein there is no fear of breathing polluted air and having air filters at home and stuff, right? So that is the idea behind coming up with these locations, right? So if I talk about returns, let's say, obviously all of my projects have given immense returns. We call it as multi-bagger opportunities, obviously, because if you look at Dapoli, my first ever project, 2021, when I launched that in 2021 versus when I delivered that in 2023 versus today, it's generated a 2.67 times returns already, right? यानी कि जो 100 रुपया किसी ने डाला होगा वो ऑलमोस्ट 300 बन चुका है आज के दिन पे.
I bought it for 12 lakh rupees, it's 30 lakh rupees right now.
That's what I'm talking about.
12 lakhs, 30 lakhs.
Correct. And obviously, it's more or less something to do with the kind of location, the freehold ownership, right? And obviously the brand that is associated with it, right? क्योंकि कैसा होता है जब हाउस ऑफ अभिनंदन लोढ़ा का एक प्रोजेक्ट आ चुका है, so it creates a little booster for local developers as well. That we can also go ahead and increase our prices now that the brand is here, and that in return kind of creates a market appreciation. है ना? So that's what's happening with all of the locations across. Now, if I talk about this particular project that we are going to discuss right now in detail for the next 10 minutes, this is obviously in near Mumbai, right? Mumbai, wherein it's kind of projecting around 30% of contribution towards the GDP from Maharashtra, right? And the place that we are talking about is obviously a Neral Karchat belt. If you guys have heard of this belt, if not, we have Matheran Hills, Lonavala Hills, Mahabaleshwar Hills, these Western Ghats, right? And Neral and Karjat is the entry point to it, right? I mean, if you guys have heard of Matheran, Neral is where you take a toy train from to Matheran Hills, right? Neral railway station is where you take a toy train from to Matheran Hills, right? So if I talk about distance, from a Bombay, it's around 1.5 hours drive. You will have to take the Atal Setu and then go on to JNPT Road and connect with National Highway 4 and come to Neral. From a Navi Mumbai International Airport, if I'll say, it's about 1 hour distance. Akashji, I think you had something to ask. Please.
I was asking that, can Neral be considered as just like Dehradun is to Mussoorie and the hill stations? So
Absolutely.
Dehradun is the foothill to the hill stations in the north, right?
Exactly. Right.
So, okay,
Right.
okay.
Right. That is how the connectivity can be looked at. Right. And obviously here, when we talk about Neral as a location, why is it a growing hotspot for investments? If you'll see, uh, the complete kind of game changer is going to be your Nana smart city, right? The NANA, it stands, I mean, the full form for NANA is Navi Mumbai Airport Influence Notified Area, right? It's a 90,000 acre smart city being developed by MMRDA, which has 12 township plans approved by SITCO, right? And obviously, the biggest game changer is going to be your Navi Mumbai International Airport. Navi Mumbai International Airport, I mean, for you guys to make it relatable, if somebody is from a Mumbai here, somebody is from a Delhi here, somebody is from a Bangalore here, let's say. So, what happened to Delhi after the Jawar announcement? What happened to Noida? What happened to Gurgaon after the Jawar announcement? Similarly, I'll talk about a Bangalore. What happened to Devanahalli, Hebbal, Yelahanka, all these areas after the Kempegowda International Airport, right? Similarly, Neral, Karjat, Khopoli. This is the future for Mumbai in terms of residential growth, in terms of industrial growth, because of the Navi Mumbai International Airport. Navi Mumbai International Airport is going to be India's second biggest international airport after Jewar, wherein at its peak, it will be able to handle 9 crore passengers. And it's going operational in one phase next month onwards. First flight from Indigo is supposed to fly from the Navi Mumbai airport next month. So, what happened with the Delhi? Similarly, in Mumbai also, the Terminal 1 is going to go under renovation, and the whole crowd is going to be moved to Terminal 3, which is Navi Mumbai Airport, which is just 1 hour away from our place, right? About 40 kilometers distance from our place. So it's going to have a great game changer in terms of connectivity. And the way that Jewar made an effect towards Dwarka, towards Greater Noida, and all the areas across, or a Kempegowda made an impact towards Hebbal, Yelahanka, Devanahalli, all these areas, right? Similar kind of an effect. Neral is going to be poised because of the Navi Mumbai airport. And not just the Navi Mumbai airport. If you look at the next 5 years, the kind of plan that the government has, the Maharashtra government or the MMRDA is planning on, it's a 4 lakh 7,000 crore of investment that the government is planning, right? Which obviously has a lot of projects related to it. Your Mumbai Metro to be completely operational. I mean, I'm not sure कोई गया है क्या मुंबई यहाँ से, because Delhi का metro, if you'll see, it's about 350 kilometers plus. But Mumbai, it's just 1 2 lines that is operational right now. बाकी पूरा काम बना हुआ है, चल रहा है. Andheri areas and all, if you'll see, everywhere there is heavy construction, right? And obviously your coastal road project that will be completed, the Versova Virar Sea Link, the Mumbai Ahmedabad bullet train, and obviously the Dharavi redevelopment project. All of this is going to have huge impacts. And जो आपका मुंबई पुणे एक्सप्रेसवे है, the biggest game changer for Neral directly is going to be your Mumbai Pune expressway. Basically, there is a missing link right now which goes from a Panvel to Neral to Bhima Shankar, then connecting to Pune. That is getting constructed right now. Once that is done, from a Navi Mumbai to Pune, the distance is only going to be 45 minutes. And that's like going to completely change the ball game for Neral as a location, right? So here, when I talk about a Nana smart city, when I talk about an industrial growth, obviously there is heavy players, tech giants like Reliance, Adani, Google, Amazon, Yota, everybody bringing in their data centers. Reliance is kind of bringing in a Geo University across the Navi Mumbai airport, जहां पर 4,000 एकड़ का जगह लिया हुआ है, 60,000 crores का इन्वेस्टमेंट देव डन. Adani is bringing in 50,000 crores of investment. Google putting in 800 crores of investment. Google is bringing in a three-story data center near Ulve. So all of these investments put in by such heavy players is going to result into a lot of job opportunities, right? And when it is resulting in a lot of job opportunities, everybody is aware Mumbai, Maya Nagari कहा जाता है जिसे, it's famous for people coming from across the country looking for a job here, relocating nearby, घर ले लेते हैं या तो खुद का या तो रेंट पे, है ना? So that is the kind of vision that the MMRDA or the SIDCO town planner has for Neral, Karjat and Khopoli. Because if you look clearly, like how a Dwarka is to Delhi, how a Gurgaon is to Delhi or a Noida is to Delhi, right? Or how a Hebbal Yelahanka is to Bangalore. Similarly, Neral is to Mumbai, right? Wherein, if I'll show you the exact golden triangle that we have been talking about so far, right? In the history, in the books, you might have heard of a golden quadrilateral. ओके, गोल्डन क्वाड्रिलेटरल क्या था? आपका चार मेट्रो सिटीज को कनेक्ट करने की जो हाईवे रूट्स थी, दैट वाज कॉल्ड एज द गोल्डन क्वाड्रिलेटरल. दिल्ली, बॉम्बे, चेन्नई, बैंगलोर, कोलकाता. So this route that you have connected through national highways and state highways, this was your golden quadrilateral. Similarly, over here we have a golden triangle in Mumbai, which is connecting from a South Bombay to Navi Mumbai International Airport through Neral. And ये जो दो circles देख रहे हैं आप, right? I mean, this is obviously our location, the project's location. And then this circle that you see is the Nana Smart City. And the bigger circle outside of it is the Mumbai 3.0, the new Bombay that is being born right now. So this Navi Mumbai International Airport has basically given birth to a new Bombay. जो आपका मुंबई, unlike a Delhi that can expand in 360 degrees. Delhi के लिए, if you'll see, you've got Noida first, you've got Gurgaon first, you've got Greater Noida, and then right now you're getting a Greater Gurgaon also, right? But for a Mumbai, that's not possible. Mumbai is locked by the sea all three sides. It can only expand towards the east interiors. So Mumbai के बाद नवी मुंबई आया and अब third Bombay आ रहा है, right? And Neral Karjat Khopoli is the direct influence in terms of residences because Mumbai is already trending at a 1 lakh rupees plus per square feet. Navi Mumbai trending at 40,000, 50,000 rupees plus per square feet. That is where we have a Neral Karjat Khopoli belt, which is right now trending at 5,000, 6,000 rupees per square feet. So if I talk about an investment point of view, or moreover, if I talk about a second home per view, it's going to be a great option, right? Because it's so close to nature, so close to the hills, right? Our location, if you'll see exactly, it's overlooking the Bhima Shankar Wildlife Sanctuary at one side, and on the other, it's overlooking the valleys of Matheran, right? So it's going to be a great, beautiful scenic location for somebody to spend a weekend vacation, right? Or let's say retire and raise a livelihood from here, right? Because in terms of connectivity, if I'll tell you if somebody will be able to raise a livelihood or not, absolutely they will. It's a great socially connected place, right? Let's call it schools, colleges, hospitals, management institutes, engineering institutes, let's say, or let's say police stations, courts, right? Temples, churches, waterfalls, hill stations, right? Famous forts, everything is very close by, and it's a proper established town where, House of Abhinandan Lodha, we have already established an address by bringing in a 104 acres project, which is supposed to initiate delivery from the next month onwards. And this is yet again a second project that we are doing over here, spread across 80 acres. And it's going to be a great proposition for somebody to live in, right? So before we can discuss further on this deck, I would want to show you a quick video, right? Agaji, I think you have something to ask, I guess. No. Okay. Great. I'll just quickly show you a video that can, help you understand what kind of a township are we talking about over here, right? And then we can, proceed ahead. So all of our project related information, we already put that on our YouTube channels. So, everybody is free to go ahead and look over there where, you will find our delivered projects also. We have delivered a project in Goa. We have delivered a project in Dapoli, the one Akashji has invested in, right? So you'll be able to see scenic drone shots on that and, able to understand what we show is exactly how we deliver as well, right? So yeah.
Uh, I think you need to share the audio also. I think the audio is not shared, so we are not able to hear.
Acha, okay, just a second.
Just unshare and then share with audio. On the right,
Right,
there will be a
right,
checkbox
right.
with audio. And just
Able to,
increase the volume a little bit from your.
is it better now? that's basically the idea behind the complete township that we're trying to kind of go ahead and deliver. जहाँ पर it's not just a investment that I want people to be doing, right? I obviously want people to come in, go ahead and set up a home, live inside, because that's the kind of vision that we have. 80 एकड़ की अगर मेरी प्रॉपर्टी है, it's a 40-60 split, right? जहाँ पर 40% of it is going to be dedicated for amenities, more or less, right? And about 60% of it is going to be plotting, right? Wherein end of the possession, I would want somebody to come and build a home for themselves, where obviously we will support in that, right? But yeah, that's more or less the idea, right? And advantage of having this product in such a scenic location is, like I told you, one side you're overlooking the Bhima Shankar valleys, the Bhima Shankar Wildlife Sanctuary. Other side you're overlooking the Mathiran, the hills of Mathiran, and you have a Shelar River, beautiful river that is flowing by right outside of the township, right? So it's going to be a perfect vacation home, weekend home for anybody who is, let's say, a Mumbaikar or anywhere outside of the space,
So,
right?
Ji, if we talk about money, suppose someone is putting in, say, 100 rupees. So, what is
Mm-hmm.
expected in next, say, 10 years or say 5 years? What can be expected? If we
Chalo
talk
10 nahi,
pure
5 nahi, I'll talk about 8 years.
money.
If you look at the screen, backed by Colliers International, obviously Colliers is that real estate governing body across the country who prepares reports and projections, right? According to the Colliers International, Neral as a location has a potential of 3.6x returns in just 8 years from now, which obviously talks about a compound annual return of around 28%. Okay, wherein there is a lot of things that directly or indirectly relates to it. Basically, your Atal Setu that went live last year, your Navi Mumbai airport that is going live next month, the direct influence of the Mumbai 3.0 and the Nana Smart City. That
Hmm.
obviously is going to be a bigger picture going, 4 or 5 years down the line. And obviously the missing link on the Mumbai-Pune Expressway that we just talked about, right? So about 5-6 years from now, Neral as a location, the entire face is going to be changed for this location, right? Wherein, uh, people who have come across the country and, working for an MNC nearby is obviously going to look for a place to stay in this Karjat Khopoli Neral belt, right? Wherein you're going to have central railway connectivity from Karjat to Neral to Vashi. There is a railway pipeline that is planned. There is Mumbai Metro that will be completely operational by then, right? So all of that is going to, even if I talk about worst case scenario, let's not go by the books. Let's not go by Colliers International. Even if I talk about worst case scenario, 5 years down the line, the let's say a ballpark of 50 lakhs that somebody might have invested can easily be sold at a 1 lakh, 1 CR plus ticket, right? And that's just worst case that I'm talking about, obviously, right?
So
So
one
here,
thing that we learned
yeah,
from our elders is always invest at a place which is developing, not developed already. People always like when I'm coaching people also now, I always tell people come into a modality, learn the modality which is at the beginning. If you learn something which already has invested, everyone has invested and everyone has, it is already sky high. तो वहाँ से potential कितना होगा? I remember there was a land that was being sold for 3 to 4 lakh rupees in Noida when I was a kid. My parents wanted to buy that land. My parents didn't. Today that is upwards of 6 crore rupees, Kishore ji. 3 to 4 lakh rupees.
that's what happens. मेरे को किसी ने बोला बोला था बिटकॉइन खरीद लो. I didn't. And today we all know what's happening with it,
One
right?
dollar we would have put in that.
So
Perfect.
that's absolutely something that makes sense, because when a particular area is growing, when it is kind of developing, when there is a lot of government plans for that location, that is the right time and place to invest, right? That's how it should be
So
always. Yeah.
can we come to the, I know the presentation is there and all, but I want now to come to the value proposition and what is the pricing. so that everyone they can make up their mind, and for the people who would be more interested in all, they can probably get in touch with you directly and whatever. But what I want is कि pricing पे आ जाते हैं. If it suits people and if the value proposition and offer looks good to them, तो एक बार देख लेते हैं. What do you say?
वर्क्स यस मैं एक बार मोटा मोटा 5 मिनट के अंदर बता देता हूँ व्हाट इज द काइंड ऑफ डेवलपमेंट दैट दिस इज राइट एंड देन
Perfect.
वी कैन डिस्कस कमर्शियल्स एंड देन मे बी टेक इट अहेड फ्रॉम देयर
Perfect.
राइट सो हियर द आइडिया इज दैट वी आर गोइंग टू हैव अ वेरी fresh concept something that nobody has thought of in the country so far wherein we are bringing in a blue zone inspired development. Another name for this Golden Triangle Mumbai is also a Mission Blue Zone. Okay. Wherein, what is this blue zone? First of all, there is a famous scientist called Dan Buettner who works for the World Health Organization, who's traveled across the globe and identified six such places which can be classified as a blue zone, starting from a Singapore or a Japan or a Greece or an Italy or a California in the US. These places, there is even a Netflix documentary put up. Live up to 100 करके टाइटल है उसका. 6 एपिसोड का नेटफ्लिक्स डॉक्यूमेंट्री है which talks about why these countries are blue zone. Now, three things that is common here. One, people live very close to nature. Two, because of their daily lifestyle, their average lifespan is above 80 to 90 years of age compared to in India where we only live about 50, 70 lifespan, right? And three, the government that is planning the development here are always planning a carbon negative development. So these countries in terms of urbanization, if you'll see, they are way ahead of India. And yet the AQI levels over there are never above 50, 60. So that is where we also have this advantage of having a land parcel next to a hill station, next to a wildlife sanctuary, next to a river flowing by. AQI levels already beneath 75. We just don't want to disturb that. So taking inspiration from these countries, we are also going to, involve, or rather, we are also going to adopt sustainable practices like usage of green steel, green cement, fly ash, self-curing concrete, etc. And kind of ensuring कि वो AQI को हम disturb ना करें, right? So that is where I come back to my point initial that this whole 80 acres of layout that you look at, इसमें 40% is going to be dedicated for amenities, open spaces, right? And here it's kind of a great hit already. 3 हफ्ते का हमने प्री लॉन्च चलाया था. Somebody who's from Delhi might have seen newspaper ads across last weekend, right? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, back to back newspaper ads, right? Sunday Times of India front page. So we've been able to sell out more than 30% of the inventory already in just 3 weeks of pre-launch. And right now we have kind of introduced the Jumbo Land collection, wherein if you'll see inside the whole township, you'll have a five-star boutique luxury resort, okay, which will kind of have a team from top-notch five-star hotels, including a Taj, Leela, ITC, etc., who will go ahead and take care of the entire maintenance also of my township. And this is what I mean when I say that I never take an exit from the township. ये 5 स्टार हॉस्पिटैलिटी फर्म रहेगी पूरे एंड तक to take care of the maintenance of this township, right? And it will also host a clubhouse, a 1 acre space of clubhouse, multi-story, which will host 15, 20 amenities inside the clubhouse itself, including a state-of-the-art gym, banquet hall, spa and sauna services, jacuzzi, an infinity pool overlooking the valleys of Matheran, cascading waterfalls from outside of it, open-air libraries, pickleball courts, art pavilions, meditation zones, and whatnot, right? And obviously a riverfront oasis wherein Shilla River flowing by from the township. So you'll find a lot of fire pits by the riversides, jogging tracks, cycling tracks, herb gardens, right, spice gardens, etc. And then this is how the grand clubhouse is going to look like, right? So if I talk about the value proposition, it's first of its own kind to be seen anywhere across the country with the lots and lots of social neighborhood parks and book swap features, open air libraries, art pavilions, all of that. About a list of 45 amenities that will be shared with you when you sit for a plot selection meeting with us, right? And the beauty of it is that everything is being designed with the help of Enzyme APD. Enzyme APD has been our partner since a long time now. They are the ones who were responsible for the Neom airport in Saudi Arabia. उनका master plan इन्होंने ही बनाया था. It's a Singapore-based architect. Bamboo Towers, Malaysia, Ziki Mall, China. So they've helped us in Goa. They're helping us again in Neral in this particular product. And that's more or less the proposition, right? If we talk about commercials, right now we have limited set of inventory for the 1200 square feet, 1500 square feet, and big size of land that is available right now, which is 1800 square feet and a 2200 square feet. Okay. So obviously it's kind of a exclusive premium inventory that we have, right? जहाँ पर we are kind of in the inaugural week of this launch, जहाँ पर we are going ahead and offering a lot of benefits to somebody who onboards, right? Wherein we are waiving off the landowner club membership charges, right? So nobody would have to pay for a lifetime access to that club membership. All they have to pay is the maintenance that everybody pays, right? And obviously a set of premium inventory that we have, right? Separate premium charges comes in, but obviously, that's all a separate discussion that we need to have at the time of plot selection, right? Commercial wise, if I'll tell you, it's simple: 2,900 rupees per square feet for a regular plot and 3,300 rupees per square feet for a premium plot. So we are looking at 54 lakhs all inclusive for an 1,800 square feet. That's the offering right now.
So when you say all inclusive, it includes the registry charges also?
Yeah, it includes more or less your society formation charges, infrastructure charges, stamp duty, registration, and GST. Only thing that you pay on top of this is your maintenance.
Okay.
So
And
all
that is
of
at
this
the
is
time of,
included.
that is at the time of possession.
From possession. Yes, that's
Okay.
correct. So here, Akashji, I
You have
mean,
a small,
also take,
you have a smaller size plot also?
yeah, we have 1,550,
Okay.
which is for 45 lakh pricing.
Okay.
And we have 1,250 as well, which is at a 40 lakh pricing.
Okay.
Right. So if it is, just an investment that somebody is looking for, they can always go ahead and, increase that portfolio by purchasing a 1,250 square feet plot. Right. The one thing that I was trying to tell you is obviously commercials wise, we can discuss in detail if somebody wants, right? And payment plan, I'll just showcase so that, it's a relaxed payment plan. It's a time-based payment plan wherein, you don't have to pay everything at once. And it's supported by two major banks as well. ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, both banks have approved our projects, right? And the first step is obviously your application, which is a refundable expression of interest that we take for 45,000 rupees, right? Once you sit for a plot selection, because my plot selection, Akash, it happens on a time stamping basis, first in, first serve method. The ones who apply before you gets to choose the plots before you. Ones who apply after you gets to choose the plots after you, right? So 45,000 initial token, you deposit that and then wait for your plot selection. Upon plot selection, whatever plot you like, you go ahead and book it by paying 10%. Once 10% is done, allotment letter gets issued to your name. Plot is officially yours, taken off of the inventory. And then obviously, you're due for registration. So between the 10% and the next 15% that comes in September, you'll have to get the builder buyer agreement signed. And obviously, then, if you'll see every 3, 4 months, you're paying something or the other up until possession, which is in December 2027. And when I say possession, it's not just the land. Along with the land, all these amenities will be up and ready with the water supply, electricity connection, drainage supply, all of it. Right? So that's the idea. And here, after the 10% is done, after the builder buyer agreement is done, the bank can come in and disburse the loan for you, depending on your, civil and all. So that's about it, basically. Any questions that you have, Akashji, on behalf of them?
So that Google form that you had given me, so I'm sharing that with the people in the chat. If anyone wants to, like, you don't have to pay anything right now. We don't have any payment link or anything right now. So if you want to sit with personally with Kishore, and if you're interested to, go ahead with it, because I have personally invested, so I don't invest anywhere wherein my money safety is not there, and plus, I don't see growth. I don't see safety for my kids and my family, and future well-being. I invest only at places I personally visit. I personally do the due diligence. I have people that do that, but because I invest, I आई टेल यू वन मोर पर्सपेक्टिव हियर किशोर जी, मैं आपको भी बताता हूँ, बहुत डीप चीज़ है। यू नो वाई आई इन्वेस्ट? क्यों करना है हमें इन्वेस्ट? हमें तो कोई इन्वेस्ट करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। पता है वाई आई इन्वेस्ट? एवरी टाइम आई इन्वेस्ट आई प्रॉमिस टू माई सेल्फ आई विल नॉट इन्वेस्ट अगेन। वाई शुड आई इन्वेस्ट? मतलब क्यों, कितना खरीदना है, क्यों खरीदना है? यू नो वाई इन्वेस्ट? When we invest or when we buy a property, we get a motivation to work hard and earn more. Lot of people ask me कि why what is the hunger, what is the fuel? भाई मजा आता है यार. You get a motivation to work hard. You get a motivation in our life. I'm telling you, lot of people in our community, lot of people find it very difficult to take action. आप एक बार प्रॉपर्टीज, रियल एस्टेट खरीद के तो देखो. आप एक बार जमीन से प्यार करके तो देखो, आपको मजा आएगा, आपका मन करेगा पैसा कमाने का. यू विल वॉन्ट टू वर्क हार्डर, यू विल वॉन्ट टू वेक अप अर्ली, यू विल वॉन्ट टू स्लीप लेट, यू विल वॉन्ट टू गिव प्रेजेंटेशंस टू पीपल, यू विल वॉन्ट टू एक्चुअली अर्न मनी. सो that is a big motivation, I'm telling you. So Naveen is asking here, is site visit available? He's asking. Naveen, up, where are you from, Naveen? You're from? You're from Hyderabad. Site visit available, he's asking. Kishore.
Yeah, sure. Yes. First of all, देखिए, site visit, obviously, yes, when you are purchasing a real estate property, site visit is obviously somebody would want to look at, right? As a developer, like I told you, our whole model is a virtual sales model, right? So we are not somebody who offers a site visit as a developer. But yes, if the client wants to go look at the site, we never restrict also, right? We can give you a pin location so that somebody can go and look at it. But कैसा होता है, at the time of builder buyer agreement, at the time of registration, obviously we want you to come and look at the site, क्योंकि आप साइट के पास के ही रजिस्ट्रार ऑफिस में आकर के साइन साइन कर रहे हो आपका builder buyer agreement. We want you to come at that time and look at the site. But yeah, before that, if somebody wants to go, always welcome. We'll give you the pinpoint location. We'll even cater to it कि जो मेरा site engineer here, they can maybe show you around. But what you're going to find over there is heavy construction that's ongoing. Filhal, for this particular product, you'll find land leveling that is ongoing there. So, that's how it is. Acres of construction that you'll find.
So someone is asking that you mentioned about liquidity, right? That you ensure liquidity. So if I'm putting in my money, if I'm investing, say I've invested in a say 1550 square feet, that's around 170 square yards plot. So if I've bought a 170 गज का 170 गज का मैंने plot लिया, तो how you ensure liquidity in this?
I'll tell you. First of all, पोजेशन तक आपको रखना होगा प्लॉट. पोजेशन के बाद में आप रीसेल कर सकते हैं, ट्रांसफर कर सकते हैं.
हम्म.
नाउ, इफ यू हैव अ बायर, great, nothing like it. If you don't, I have given you a mobile application. House of Abhinandan Lodha, if you'll search on Google Play Store, App Store, wherever, you'll find the mobile application. Post builder buyer agreement, I'll even give you the credentials to log in onto that. And whenever you have a question, construction के लिए help चाहिए, you need help on your maintenance somewhere, or worst case scenario, you want to exit, you simply raise a request over there. As soon as you've raised the request, we will go ahead and put up your property, list your property with channel partners across the country. हमारे पास में देश भर में, दुनिया भर में channel partners है, right? So we will go ahead and list your property with those channel partners. 6-8 weeks of process since you have raised a request. We will help you hook up with a legitimate buyer who is ready to give you your appreciated price, your asking price. One-time transfer fees of 25,000 rupees taken from you, and a clean exit. You simply go ahead and take whatever is your return, right? A clean exit. ऐसा भी नहीं है कि हम पर स्क्वायर फीट रेट के कुछ ट्रांसफर फीस चार्ज कर रहे हैं. वन टाइम ट्रांसफर फीस 25,000, ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट.
Cool. Got it. So you will help us, you will help the buyer to basically exit if they want to exit. So you will help them to sell off the plot. You will help them to sell off the property if they're not able to do it on their own. All right.
Absolutely.
Perfect. And any other questions? Someone is asking, they are into real estate from Mumbai. Can so you can message me personally. I'll get you connected with Kishore. ठीक है? In that case, message me personally. I'll help you to get in touch with Kishore. ठीक है? So guys, I'll share with you the link here. ठीक है? Whoever is interested to get in touch with Kishore personally and sit for plot selection and go forward, they can do that. And Kishore, for my own reference, I have recorded this meeting also, so I'm going to give you the recording also.
Absolutely. Yes.
Thank you so much, Kishore. Really, I wanted to have this thing because in our community, we work lot on the mindset, lot on personal development, lot on success. And you know what kind of people come to us? People who want, who aspire success, who aspire to go ahead. And definitely, without an investment portfolio, without having land, without having those shares, without having mutual fund, success क्या है ना? Success सिर्फ आपकी income तो that is your portfolio, that is your income. So that is why I wanted to have this thing कि let's see what happens. So thank you so much Kishore for giving us your time. And guys, thank you so much. बहुत मज़ा आया मेरे को तो. I learned a new way of presenting real estate in a virtual way. I thought we can sell digital courses virtually, we can sell books virtually, but Kishore, your company is selling plots and land virtually. That's amazing. And how much is the revenue or the net worth of the company, House of Abhinandan Lodha?
So when we started off first year, it was trending around 600 crores of annual revenue,
Hmm?
which last financial year we have clocked at 2,700 crores. And
700. Wow.
yeah,
Selling virtually.
yeah, this that's what it is. And very soon we are trying to, make up an IP, go public, and that's the plan going ahead. इस साल का the contribution is expected somewhere around जो first quarter रहा है. This is going very great, and the expectation is somewhere around 4,000 crores is what we're going to touch with Ayodhya, with Amritsar, Vrindavan, Shimla, all of this going parallelly. So we'll go public very soon, and IP list हो जाएगी हमारी.
And I'll tell you last thing. I was planning to buy a piece of land in Vrindavan. Okay. So
Hmm.
and there's a land between Gokul and Vrindavan. So I was talking
Hmm.
to the broker. He said, "Sir, 40,000 रुपये गज में मिल रहा है, 40,000 rupees गज. This is going to increase, and Lodha is about to launch. And when Lodha comes,
Hmm.
this will become 70,000. Your land is next to it." He was matlab selling the land, that it is next to the Lodha land. Lodha is going to launch at 75,000. Sir, we are selling at 40,000. That was the sales.
वही मैं बता रहा था आपको, राइट? सो दैट्स व्हाट हैपेंस व्हेन brands like us come in such a vicinity. Local developers को बहुत ज्यादा boost मिल जाता है, and that is what creates market appreciation at the first place. Products like us.
और एक चीज और बताओ किशोर, मतलब दिस इज फॉर माय इंफॉर्मेशन, बाकी सब लोग तो मजे ले रहे होंगे हमारे साथ, बट रियली आई एम आस्किंग यू दिस क्वेश्चन. जब एप्रिसिएशन की बात आती है, तो एक अनब्रांडेड लैंड है जो कि मेरे पास एक अथॉरिटी का प्लॉट है या कोई ओपन एंडेड प्लॉट है, वर्सेस एक प्लॉट है जो कि एक कोई जैसे गोदरेज हो गए, बड़े बिल्डर हैं, प्रेस्टीज हो गए, अभिनंदन लोधा हो गए, तो इस टाइप के बिल्डर में खरीदने में वर्सेस एक अथॉरिटी का प्लॉट जो कि थोड़ा सस्ता भी मिल सकता है, तो उन दोनों में क्या डिफरेंस आ जाता है किशोर?
Appreciation at the first place, I'll tell you, is, completely depending upon the kind of end user that is coming to you at the first place. क्योंकि end user नॉन ब्रांडेड से ज्यादा ब्रांडेड प्रेफर करता है, राइट? एंड appreciation is going to be way different. It's like we can't even compare that, right? It's like I'll go ahead and compare a Audi with a Maruti. It's that kind of a comparison that we can do, right? So इससे बहुत बड़ा एक ड्रॉबैक भी मैं बताता हूँ आपको नॉन ब्रांडेड में. व्हेन यू गो अहेड एंड इन्वेस्ट, स्पेशली व्हेन यू आर नॉट ऑफ दैट टाउन, व्हेन यू आर एन आउटसाइडर, लेट्स से, व्हेन यू आर, लेट्स से, गोइंग आउट विद अ नॉन ब्रांडेड लैंड इन मुंबई, आप दिल्ली बैठे हो,
दिल्ली में नीरज
राइट?
कर रहा हूँ मैं इन्वेस्ट.
राइट, राइट. एनक्रोचमेंट इज द बिगेस्ट फियर, राइट? आपकी जो लैंड की सिक्योरिटी होती है वो सबसे बड़ा डर होता है आपको, विच अ ब्रांडेड लैंड इज ऑफरिंग यू,
And my dad
राइट?
asked the same first question when we invested in Konkan. सेम क्वेश्चन जब हमने वो डपोली में इन्वेस्ट किया था कि हम तो डपोली पता नहीं कब जाएंगे, ऑल दो बीच साइड प्लॉट है वो. गाइस कैन यू इमेजिन,
करेक्ट.
दिल्ली में बैठ के हमने बीच साइड प्लॉट पे इन्वेस्ट किया. मतलब ड्रीम नहीं होता, मुंबई में तो बीच साइड खरीद नहीं सकते, वो तो ऋषि कपूर और अंबानीज और हर्षद मेहता के होते हैं. बट डपोलीज कोंकण, ब्यूटिफुल एरियाज, हिल, एंड इट इज सी, वन साइड हिल वन साइड सी, बीच साइड प्लॉट हमने इन्वेस्ट किया था. बिल्कुल मतलब जंगल था उस समय एंड एवरीथिंग. टुडे इट्स टोटली डेवलप्ड एरिया. मतलब 2 साल के अंदर मनी हैज़ ट्रिपल्ड ऑलमोस्ट, राइट? तो उसके अंदर सबसे पहला क्वेश्चन ये था कि अगर किसी और ने वहाँ पर हथियार लिया, वी आर सिटिंग हियर एंड समवन एल्स टेक्स दैट प्लॉट, हम कैसे रोकेंगे? हाउ विल वी स्टॉप? सो किशोर, कैन यू टेल पीपल, एंड अगेन टू मी इट विल बी अ रीआइटरेशन, आई नो, कि आप कैसे रोक सकते हो एंक्रोचमेंट? हाउ विल कैन यू स्टॉप द एंक्रोचमेंट?
So first and foremost, what I'm trying to create is a gated community, right? I'll have 7 feet boundary walls across the entire township, right?
Like
4 feet of barbed wires.
security also?
Absolutely. Tier 3 security, more than 500 plus CCTV cameras inside,
Okay.
right? So it's that is how I'm offering a secured land parcel, title clear, freehold on your name, right?
Okay. Wonderful. So, if we are paying the maintenance, so that means we can ensure that security hai.
Absolutely. That is what exactly why I don't hand it over to an RWA and keep a hospitality firm inside taking care of the entire township. क्योंकि सिक्योरिटी है, मेंटेन किया जा रहा है, जो 7 स्टार अम्यूनिटीज को मैं दे रहा हूँ, आई इंश्योर दैट मैं एग्जिट ना लूँ और उसको मेंटेन रखूँ,
अच्छा, इस
राइट?
प्लॉट में कुछ बनाने का टाइमलाइन भी होता है? जैसे इन दिल्ली वी हैव सर्टेन एरियाज जहाँ पर इफ़ यू डोंट क्रिएट अ प्लॉट इन 2 years दे स्टार्ट पुटिंग पेनल्टी एवरी ईयर, है ना? सो
नहीं, इसमें हमारा कैसा होता है, इट्स अ फ्री होल्ड लैंड एट द फर्स्ट प्लेस, तो मैं आप पे रिस्ट्रिक्शन तो डाल नहीं सकता हूँ, लिमिटेशन डाल नहीं सकता हूँ, बट ऑब्वियसली आई वांट यू टू बिल्ड समथिंग, है ना? तो इफ यू आर गोइंग फॉर अ बैंक लोन, बैंक विल पुट अ क्लॉज ऑफ 5 years। अदरवाइज इफ इट इज सेल्फ फंडेड, हमारे तरफ से कोई क्लॉज नहीं आती है।
ओके, ओके, परफेक्ट, परफेक्ट। आर यू द सेम एज मैक्रोटेक डेवलपर्स? दैट्स अ डिफरेंट फर्म एक्चुअली, ठीक है? फैमिली रिलेशन है, बट दैट्स अ डिफरेंट फर्म, मैक्रोटेक, है ना?
सेम बायोलॉजिकल फैमिली, टू डिफरेंट कंपनीज,
Same
यस।
biological family, if you understand what they mean. Can't say more. Right? तो चलो ठीक है, थैंक यू सो मच किशोर। सो be in touch, and thank you so much,
एब्सोल्युटली।
guys. On a Tuesday we don't have any sessions on Tuesday. Some people would be thinking what the hell are we doing here on Tuesday, but thank you so much, guys, for being here and participating. I hope you learned a lot, and for the people who are not buying, make it a goal कि ऐसी चीज़ तो लाइफ में यार खरीदनी है। अगर लाइफ में, इफ़ यू डोंट बाय सच थिंग्स इन लाइफ, नॉट टुडे, मे बी आफ्टर कपल ऑफ ईयर्स, मे बी आफ्टर 5 years, यही तो गोल होते हैं विच मोटिवेट्स यू टू पुश हार्डर इन योर लाइफ। दीज आर द गोल्स, ठीक है? सो वंडरफुल। किशोर, यू विल हैव द डिटेल्स फॉर द पीपल इन योर गूगल फॉर्म, ठीक है?
राइट, राइट।
थैंक यू सो मच एवरीवन, थैंक यू सो मच किशोर। ऑल राइट, बाय
थैंक
बाय।
यू सो मच आकाश जी। थैंक यू गाइस, हैव अ गुड नाइट, बाय।
बाय बाय, थैंक यू।